These chicken tenders are amazing. If you can't eat gluten and you can't eat dairy, this is so incredible.
First up, I made the marinade. I started with 1.5 cups of unsweetened dairy-free milk. I use oat milk, but almond or cashew would be fine. Then I added 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and I let that sit for about 10 minutes so it could curdle, and then turn that dairy-free oat milk into buttermilk. After that 10 minutes passed, I added 1 egg and about 2 teaspoons of hot sauce. I used Frank's, but anything you like would work here. This is the base, and it's going to make the chicken strips super juicy and help the coating stick on later. Then I made the seasoning for the chicken. I used 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika, plus 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. For the black pepper, I didn't have just plain ground up pepper, so I just did a bunch of grinding into the bowl. I also added a little cayenne, totally optional, but it does give it a nice kick. Now, the recipe actually calls for bone-in chicken, but I used 4 boneless chicken breasts instead. You can totally use bone-in if you want. I just sliced mine into strips so that they'd cook faster. And when I looked at that little bowl of seasoning, I thought there's no way that this is going to cover all of that chicken, but it actually worked out perfectly. I tossed all the chicken in the seasoning until it was fully coated, and it smelled amazing by this point. Then I put it right into the marinade. I mixed it all around, and I stuck it in the fridge. The recipe says to marinate for at least 4 hours or even overnight for the best flavor. I only did about 3.5 hours, but they still turned out amazing. So if you're short on time, don't stress. While that was chilling, I made the coating. In a wide bowl, I mixed together 1.5 cups of gluten-free all-purpose flour. I used Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1, which works great. It has the xanthan flour, which allows it to stick better. 1/2 cup of cornstarch, but we used arrowroot starch, so it's up to you. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and black pepper. And then I added a tablespoon of nutritional yeast for some extra depth. That is optional. If you want extra crunch, you can always throw in some gluten-free panko or crushed cornflakes. When it came time to dredge, I started to double dredge. Actually, I only did this on one of them because I love extra crispy chicken. So that's flour back into the marinade, then flour again. But I quickly realized that it was going to take forever going one at a time, double dredging this. And I also learned that by the end of this, I shouldn't have gone one at a time. I should have just dumped all the chicken in the flour and tossed it around really well and then let it sit for a bit so the coating could stick. That would have been so much faster, and it actually worked out just the same. For the oil, I used refined coconut oil. I just had to pick something with a high smoke point and also that wasn't an inflammatory oil and has a clean taste. And I don't know if you tell me. Now, the original recipe is written for bone-in chicken, so we started out cooking our chicken strips for 12 minutes on the first test batch, but it was actually fine because the oil was still coming up to temperature anyway. We didn't have a thermometer, so we did keep it on level 4 the whole time. It worked really well. It could be right around that on your stove. There's no telling, but it's best to have a thermometer. You want to aim for about 375 degrees Fahrenheit. If you are making bone-in pieces, the original recipe says 12 to 15 minutes is spot on. But if you're doing boneless chicken strips like mine, I found that exactly 6.5 minutes was completely perfect. And if your oil doesn't completely cover the strip, then just flip them halfway through. So you want to make sure you cook both sides evenly. When the strips were done, I let them drain. I put some paper towels on a plate and I let them drain on the plate. And then I added some salt immediately while they were still hot. And then that's it. You get to enjoy some crispy, crunchy, juicy fried chicken that's totally gluten-free and dairy-free, ready to eat. If you want to get fancy, you could mix in a little maple syrup with hot sauce for that spicy maple drizzle. And if you do have leftovers, just reheat them in the oven for about 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes, and then that way you can keep some of that crispiness.
Ooh, he's a hot guy. It's so crunchy. I know that there's an option that you can double dip it so you can get like a crispier crunch, but just so you know, if you decide to go one dip of it, it still fully coats it. Like, for full disclosure, we have already tried this and it's absolutely amazing, but we are gonna eat it more. We've got ketchup,
Frank's Red Hot Sauce.
Frank's Red Hot Sauce and Carolina Gold Sauce, which is like a mustard vinegar sauce.
Homemade.
Homemade.
You go first.
Okay. I love hot sauce. It's like it's a soft crunch. You know how sometimes you could have like fried chicken and there's like shards of the breading that cut you? This one has like super hard outside, but when you bite into it, it's like a crumbly crust. Like it's not a falling off crust. It's like it softly crumbles in your mouth. It's so freaking good. It's your turn, even though I wanted to eat another piece.
Let me go for this guy here. And again, the nice crunch. And I'll go for the Carolina Gold Sauce. Hot.
The chicken was also cooked like really well. It's still juicy. Oh my God. Like,
That's so good.
this was such a good recipe.
It's like, it's got just a light, beautiful crunch.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think if you double dipped it, you would have that harder crust. But I definitely think it's really good as it is.
Yeah, it's perfect. It feels very light.
I'll list the recipe and just, if you guys make it, let us know what you think. But it's like, it's such a lifesaver for, the whole reason we did this is because I had a huge craving. I watch people eat stuff on TV and I immediately want what they're having, but I know like every time I'm going to be allergic to some ingredient. So it was really nice to have this. And I pulled it off of ChatGPT. I fed it a bunch of stuff, like my things I really like in fried chicken. So it's tailored to that specifically. So if you try it, let us know what you think.